2 stations. More local news. Eyewitness News, local at 9, starts now.
They'd be out here playing basketball and everything, just like one happy family.
A family that's unfortunately now broken. An 8-year-old Rockford boy allegedly stabbed to death by his own mother.
Coming up in just a few, we'll hear more from neighbors who say they've never seen anything like this and why this crime was even sickening to police officers. Good evening, everyone. I'm Christy Nix.
And I'm Nick Toma.
We start with a violent murder in a neighborhood in shock this evening.
A 39-year-old woman has been charged now with first-degree murder after police say she killed her 8-year-old son. We have team coverage tonight. Eyewitness News reporter Matt Rodewald is here now with the latest on the investigation. Matt.
Pretty horrific situation throughout a neighborhood that is stunned at this hour, but it's also a crime that has police perplexed tonight as well. The biggest question that remains is what drove a mother to kill her own son? A blood-stained driveway serves as a horrible reminder of a shocking murder on the west side.
Anytime you have a child that's been the victim of a crime, it's very difficult for the responding officers.
Prosecutors have charged 39-year-old Jody Kossow with first-degree murder after she allegedly dragged her 8-year-old son Thomas onto the driveway of their home on Woodrow Street. Police arrived to find her standing over his body on the driveway.
We found the 8-year-old child, Thomas Kossow, in the driveway. He was deceased and had apparent stab wounds.
Despite the commotion outside, the rest of the family was asleep inside the house.
There was a sister to the young boy that was there, and his father were in the house at the time this took place.
While a weapon was found at the scene, police are still trying to figure out if there were any family problems that led to the murder.
We have detectives that are doing background on the entire family as far as any past incidents that may have taken place in the family, what may have led up to this, medical history in the family, school history, work history, everything that we can possibly obtain in the family. We're trying to obtain that information now.
You see all the pictures of the makeshift memorial that was set up as we went throughout the day. Police have not performed any toxicology testing on Kossow, and she has not been evaluated by any physician in regards to her mental state, and she's expected to be arraigned early tomorrow afternoon, and we're figuring that we're going to learn a whole lot more about what happened.
By tomorrow, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all right,
Absolutely.
Matt, thank you. Christy?
Thanks, guys. Neighbors are still trying to come to grips with what happened, describing 8-year-old Thomas as kind, playful, and very close to his family. Sashel Saunders spoke with several neighbors who say they never saw it coming.
He said that the mother took him outside and told him that the devil was coming to get him, but she was going to stop the devil from getting him.
Tawhida El Amin is known as the neighborhood granny. She could barely hold back tears as she remembered a vibrant 8-year-old Thomas allegedly killed by the hands of his own mother.
He would bring my trash cans back and sit them down outside the house and go get my mail out of the box and bring it to me.
Neighbors say by all accounts the family at 228 Woodrow seemed normal, but early Tuesday morning that all changed.
Neighbors woke up to sirens and lights, and when one neighbor stepped outside of her home, she says what she saw next was shocking.
The house, the mother was laying on the ground screaming. They had handcuffs on her, and she was screaming. And I had no idea that Thomas was laying in front of the car dead.
El Amin would later talk with Thomas's older sister.
Came over and she hugged me and laid on my shoulder and cried. She says, "Granny, Thomas is gone."
Neighbors are understandably having a hard time coping with the boy's death.
I never would have thought anything like this was going to happen. He was real respectful, well-mannered, and I was just real happy.
Meanwhile, parents at Thomas's school hugging their children a little closer, perplexed how a mom could take things so far.
To think that his mother may have been involved was even more heartbreaking. I don't know how a mother could do something like that to a child.
In Rockford, Sashel Saunders, Eyewitness News.
Grief counselors have been set up at McIntosh Elementary School to assist